Tavares represent yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no fum for viva var, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represent yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no fum for viva var, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represent yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no fum for viva var, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represent yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no fum for viva var, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represent yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no fum for viva var, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represent yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no fum for viva var, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk.
Good evening. Welcome back to another edition of the Make We Talk program. This evening, we'll be going deep in the financial scandal in Jamaica. One of Jamaica's financial scandal that rocked the history of this country. Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL. As we come on air, many people did not know something. That this scandal spread as far as to the Cayman Islands. I want to say good evening to all those who are listening to us in the Cayman Islands. Welcome to those on CMR TV as we simulcast with them this evening. We're also going to simulcast with other people come the year 2026. Like, share, and subscribe. Come on, my friends. We need more than 30 people on the platform here this evening. Like, share, and subscribe. Share up this live feed as we come to you live. Wherever listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. This is the Make We Talk program. With yours truly, Jeffrey Tavares. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. As we go deep, we go very deep in what is going on in one of the... I didn't plan to talk about this evening. To be honest, I didn't. I read something from the sister station, Cayman Mall Road, because we're simulcasting with them. I read something on their Facebook page, and it drew my attention. And I said, wow, this is the topic for this evening. We need to tell the Jamaican people that although they were involved in, that person was involved in financial scandal, the person was a part of a political party in the Cayman Islands. Many people did not know that. But as we come to you live this evening, we will be speaking about, we're going to take your calls also. The bread of everything, we're going to take your calls also. And this evening is going to be a robust evening. We go up until 8 o'clock. We're supposed to have Robert Finzi-Smith coming on with us this evening. We're supposed to have Head Boy coming on with us this evening. Hopefully they do come on. I know Head Boy is a bit busy. He said he was a bit busy, but he promised he will come on. And so is Robert Finzi-Smith. Remember, people, like, share, like and share. Share up this live feed as we come to you on this program this evening, the Make We Talk program with yours truly, Jeffrey Tavares. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. There is so many things happening. One may ask the question, why is it that is now that the FID is investigating and charging people? But one must also ask the question, has any one of these individuals been charged for fraud? No. Go back and check the thing. None of the individuals who went into the police station to be questioned by the police officers was never charged for fraud. And only in Jamaica, in which other modern democracy, a multi-billion-dollar fraud, and those people were granted station bail. In no other modern democracy can this nonsense happen more than in Jamaica. None. None. And it begs to ask the question, how is it that those people can be charged for fraud, but yet they get station bail? Anybody else who lived below Crossroad could never get station bail. Could never get station bail. But yet, these two individuals, or these three individuals, they were never charged for fraud. Go back and check. But they were granted station bail. They were granted station bail. Well, you and I, who was charged for a multi-billion-dollar fraud, or charged from embezzlement of funds, will never see the light of day until after the Christmas season and New Year season. But those people, Hugh Crockery, Hardin, and all of them were granted station bail. It has to come from high up, you know. No, I do not know if the Prime Minister is the one who signed off on this. But it has to come from high up. Quite frankly, anybody who is involved in a multi-billion-dollar fraud, embezzlement of funds, would have to be dragged before the court. Would have to be charged before the court. One moment for me, please. I think there's a call coming in here. Let me get this call here. Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night.
Hello, good afternoon, Jeffrey. You and your family, sir.
Hey, how you doing, man? Merry Christmas to you.
I'm doing good. Hey, Jeffrey.
Yes.
It's full time we stop ask questions like, where in the world can this happen? Anything that we think cannot happen can happen in Jamaica.
True.
All right, let me say this to you now, Jeffrey. You see, in terms of the station bill, Jeffrey,
Mm-hmm.
if people go back and read the Station Bill Act, that does not apply to you, Croskery, and the rest of people
Mm-hmm.
because of the magnitude of the charges,
Mm-hmm.
right? So even if the police give him station bill, because we are going to go with it, so the police give him station bill. The police don't have the permission to give him station bill.
Mm-hmm.
So that just tells you the type of law enforcement we have. And that tells you also that, listen, this call was made from other people because court not even open on weekends. Film go court. Film go court. And the station bill can only be granted for a lesser charge, not these type of charges.
Exactly.
Right? And this is the next thing, Jeffrey. Nothing now come out of this case, Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
You know something, caller?
Mm-hmm.
I said this to some friends of mine, and they said to me, Jeffrey, why on earth are you so, negative? And I said to the person, let me ask that question. When last have you heard of an individual of the effluence of society in Jamaica, or those of the Vumvavon, the Vumvavi, who lives up in Narbrook and Cherry Garden? When last have you heard anyone of them go to prison for anything?
But Jeffrey, we have to be realistic, Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
The charges that they're charging these people for right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
The file was done 2 years ago.
By the DPP?
No, not by the DPP. The file was presented by Crawl.
Yes, by Crawl. Yes.
By Crawl 2 years ago. And when the files was presented, they outlined who's supposed to be charged because they did their investigation, right?
Exactly.
So if they outlined who was supposed to be charged, right? The only reason I can see them moving to do something, Jeffrey, is because of international people on their backs.
I want you to listen to something here. Before you go any further, my good friend, I want you to listen to something here. Listen to the in-depth. I hope you can hear it.
Yeah.
And I hope my listeners can hear it too. It is coming from our sister station in the Cayman Islands, Cayman Mall Road. And I want you all to listen to this. Some moment here, please. Let's do this here.
Cayman Marl Road is Cayman's #1 news source. Update. More than a dozen criminal charges have reportedly been filed against the former executives of Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, who were taken into custody on Saturday in connection with the alleged multi-billion-dollar fraud at the collapsed investment firm. Hugh Crockery, founding director of SSL, his daughter, Sarah Meany, and former SSL chief executive officer Zachary have each been charged with fraudulently inducing persons to invest. Failure to register a company carrying on business in Jamaica. Carrying on a securities business without a dealer's license. Failure to apply to the Financial Services Commission to be registered for securities issued, and breaches of the Banking Services Act. They have reportedly been granted bail to go to court on January 26. CMR, 3 former senior executives linked to the collapsed investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, are now in police custody in Jamaica as part of an ongoing fraud investigation that has rocked the region. Among them is Zachary, a former CEO of SSL and past campaign strategist for the People's Progressive Movement, PPM, in the Cayman Islands.
You hear that?
Yeah, I hear it, Jeffrey.
Okay. You hear what they said?
Yeah, I heard what they said, Jeffrey.
A former CEO of SSL is a past campaign strategist for the People's Progressive Party in the Cayman Islands. How many people knew about that? Were you aware of that, caller?
No, I wasn't aware of that.
Many Jamaicans wasn't aware of it. That Zachary was a former strategist, a past campaign strategist for the People's Progressive Party, PPM, in the Cayman Islands. Into the Cayman Islands 2025 general election. He was there helping them with the campaigning and so forth and doing other stuff. So the question tonight, there's a question everybody's asking. What is going on within the Cayman Islands with Mr. Harding?
Jeffrey, I wouldn't be surprised because you have people in America, people in Canada who has their money in SSL.
Yes.
It's not just local accounts. But Jeffrey, if you look at the charges, them seriously, Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
The charges, the government should not be embarrassed,
But listen to me. Until now, none of these individuals has been charged for fraud.
But Jeffrey, but look, hear what I'm saying to you. Before it get to fraud, Jeffrey,
yes.
Listen what I'm saying to you. Andrew always put the man on board, and give him win something off the year award,
Yes.
Right? So you're telling me that even while you banking with them and you giving this man award, you're telling me that no due diligence was done to say these people are not in compliance? Because if you're listing all these charges, if they had all these against them, why didn't you shut them down?
Yeah, and listen to me. All of this go back to when the former Minister of Finance, Manayard Ardeshaw, was there,
Yeah, it goes back there, but this is the question now, Jeffrey. Because we're talking about really 2016,
Yes.
when the government changed. So 2016 to 2019, because them get boss mostly 2019. You're telling me under your watch, Mr. Holness, this company was operating while you had a finance minister, while you had a special body that was in place. You're telling me that they were allowed to run, and now you're telling me that you're charging them for all this, but you still not say fraud?
My good friend, let me tell you something. I have been saying this on this program for many, many years. As long as I can remember, I've been on Roots FM with the Make We Talk program for many years. And I decided to come on YouTube because, and I've been saying this. Jamaica has two laws. One for the effluence of society, the people of the Vumvavon, the Vumvavi. And one for the dirty foot trousers boy and gal who live below Crossroad.
But Jeffrey, it gets so bad, Jeffrey. Most of the time it's not too long, Jeffrey, because sometimes some of the case involving some of the people, they don't even go to court, Jeffrey. They just die. They just die.
Die a natural death.
They just die a natural death. They just die a natural death. But I ask Jamaica people this. Otherwise, from the verdict that was rendered with Vibes Cartel,
yes,
have you Jamaican people gotten any justice from the court?
Good question. How many other Jamaicans did I keep on asking this question? How many other Jamaicans are languishing in the prisons of our country without ever seeing the doorstep of a courthouse, but just to see a judge? How many other?
A lot more, Jeffrey. A lot more. And they have to purge the police force, the judge, the clerk of court. You see the one them were working at the parliament. Where them name, Jeffrey?
The clerk of the Houses of Parliament.
The clerk and the one them were work with the minister. Where them name?
Parliament secretaries.
You see all of them people, Jeffrey. You see until you start give them 1,000 a year, Jeffrey. because it gets so bad, Jeffrey. Not a lot of things in Jamaica, you're getting no explanation, none whatsoever. Whether it be a murder, whether it be fraud, you get no explanation once it go to a certain level. And if you even look at when it comes to certain people, all the arrests are made, what is put out, it is never painting how monstrous these people are.
You know something to call her? I bet you if it was a dirty foot, no disrespect, a dirty foot taxi driver, because I have a lot of taxi friends. I'm not disgrading you people, but saying something here. It was a taxi driver who was charged or get himself involved in some multi-billion dollars financial whatever. You think he would have gotten station bail?
Jeffrey, may I put it like this to you, Jeffrey? If them go, I want one man yard when I have him not mix up with the affluent of society, Jeffrey.
Yes.
You see, if them got females and them find drugs, Jeffrey, them will lock up everybody and seize the drugs. Right?
And when you look at all of this thing, when you look at all of this thing here with Mr. Harding, Zachary Harding, he is a chief strategist, campaign strategist for the People's Progressive Movement in the Cayman Islands, the political party in the Cayman Islands. And I know a lot about it because, I used to live in the Cayman Islands. It begs to ask the question. Questions are there to be asked tonight about his affiliation with that party.
But you know what, Jeffrey? You can't talk till we blue, Jeffrey. Yes.
Exactly.
Until the Jamaica people them get up and lock it down, back stack and barrel, Jeffrey, they will never, ever, Jeffrey, get justice. They won't. They won't. Because when you look at it, Jeffrey, people don't want to say it, Jeffrey. I am optimistic. The judicial system corrupt.
Of course it is corrupt.
The police force corrupt. And I'm not talking about no 10%, no 15%. Me believe to a normal, more than half of them corrupt.
Listen to me. What we must understand as Jamaican citizens, and I have with me joining me now, His Excellency Sir Robert Smith.
Good day, sir.
Good day to you, sir. We have a call online. Just better for the call ahead and bring you in.
Yes.
Until we, the Jamaican people, come together, sir, and stop this nonsense about who is this and who is that, and stand up for the fundamental rights of our people. That whatever laws we have in Jamaica, that laws go for the people of the excellence of society.
All right.
You agree with me, sir?
I agree with you 100%, Jeffrey.
All right, my friend. Thanks for calling.
All right. Take care. All right.
Sir Robert Smith, one of Jamaica's pioneer, a man who speaks truth to power. So Smith, welcome to the program, sir. We're simulcasting with our sister station in the Cayman Islands. To all those who are listening to the Cayman Islands, good evening to you all. My family is from North Side to Eastern to Bordentown to Georgetown. Dr. Stephen Tony Tomlinson, good evening. Dr. Sidney Aberley Banks, good evening to you. And all the other people who know me, good evening to you all. Sir Smith, welcome to the program. Your take on this SSL thing where these people was not charged for fraud, they get station bail. In which other modern democracy can this nonsense happen, sir?
I don't know about modern democracy, but it all depends on whether or not procedure was breached.
Yes.
I put it to you that the average Jamaican finds it a little problematic if they get taken into custody on a Friday evening, because it would mean that you have Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday, definitely Tuesday before that procedure can be applied.
Exactly.
I am not going to talk out of turn because I don't know if there have been, you know, improvements, call it, or modifications
Hmm.
since. But it was not a good thing to get taken into custody on a weekend. It almost guaranteed you accommodation at Her Majesty's or His Majesty's goal for the weekend.
Indeed.
Also, I would like someone to inform me as to what are the current conditions for station bail. Because station bail, I gather, would normally be applied to certain um, conditions attributable to certain occurrences where an offense has taken place, and if you did that offense allegedly, you are open for station bail. I don't know if the offenses that have been enumerated fall under that category. So I won't go out on a limb to say no, but it just sounds strange that $1 million station bail on a weekend
Hmm.
is not, to the best of my knowledge, a normal procedure. And
Yes.
if the procedure was not normal, what led someone to feel that it was applicable in this case?
And you know, Sir Smith, you touched on a very important point a while ago, you know, when you said that we have to figure out how this was applicable for the police to be given station bail for such a high crime, a multi-billion-dollar fraud, and the individuals get station bail at $1 million. That's a slap in the people of this country face, you know. Smith.
Not only that, I have a bad tendency. I tend to look for the simplest of solutions.
Yes, sir.
So now, if I am charged in $1 billion matter,
Hmm.
why didn't I hear that my passport get taken?
Exactly.
Normally, when something like that comes up, the person is almost declared automatically a flight risk. Bearing in
Indeed.
mind, the person came in from Canada.
Hmm.
So anybody who got charged and released on station bail should at the very least have had their travel documents secured. And that kind of thing usually comes on the order of a court, a judge, a
Yes.
magistrate. So unless them had, I've heard of night court, unless them had weekend court, I don't know how that go.
But, but,
But
but, but, but
what you should know, Jeffrey, you
yeah.
refer to them frequently. The Vumvavas and the Vumvavis.
Yes.
It's a certain things, the more they change, the more they remain the same. You know, if a goat enters your premises, you could, if you are licensed to carry a weapon, you could
Yes.
shoot it, right?
Mhm.
You can't do that with a cow.
Hold on for Mr. Smith. I want to say good evening to Dr. Ebanks, who's I think is watching us now from the Cayman Islands. We're broadcasting live on CMR TV also. Simon Carson with the Make We Talk program. I want to say good evening to Dr. Ebanks, my good friend, my brother. Good evening to you, sir. Sir Smith, continue because we're speaking about, do you expect anyone from the SSL saga, any other executive to go to prison in Jamaica for charging for fraud? Now we're being told that they get station bail yesterday. We have Robert Finley Smith here to speak to us. So Smith, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like as I was saying, you can't shoot a cow if it ends up on your premises, you know, you have to pound it.
Exactly.
This law was brought about, I think, before I born. Now, the reasoning behind that is said to be that poor men could own goats,
Mm-hmm.
but only very affluent people had possession of cows.
Hmm.
So you couldn't shoot the big man cow, but you can shoot the small man goat.
Mm-hmm.
I would love somebody to go back and go through the procedure that took place when the unfortunate gentleman in search of a meal that he couldn't afford climbed the fences at King's House and Pikaki.
And was brought before the court.
Yes, now I want to know if he was given station bail.
He was never given station bail.
Okay.
So hold on for Mr. Smith. So what is the difference between that man who never thief it? The man is hungry. He went over on his property because King's also belongs to Sir Patrick Linton Allen. He belongs to the people of this country. He went on his property to get some ackee. And they lock him up.
Yeah.
So what is the difference? Well, the difference between is that he's a dirty foot man who wants some ackee. And Zachary and all of them are people of the effluence of society.
Well, do you know that there's an interesting thing I've noticed through the years? If you liberate somebody's account of, let us say, $2,000 to $3,000,
yes,
and you're given time over it, it is usually years, certain amount of years.
Mm-hmm.
But if you liberate somebody's account of anything over a couple million and them don't recover the money, you can get months because they want you back in society to start spending the money.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if the application has root in that kind of thought process.
I want to ask you a question to also Finn Smith. You believe that it was a taxi driver? I'm going to go to my taxi friends. Good evening to all those taxi drivers of the People's Voice Taxi Group, One Love Taxi Group, and all of them in Jamaica who I'm a part of. I ask this question to Smith. You believe it if it was a taxi man who's involved in this multi-billion-dollar scandal? You would have gotten station bail?
I would hesitate to think that. I would hesitate to think that. And you see, there are other things that I don't hear anybody else mentioning. Maybe it's only me see it because me stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a court order, I believe, to deal with the assets of SSL until the case was completed.
Exactly. How is it?
That didn't somehow prevent the disposal of the property of SSL as a gift.
Exactly.
How did that come about? Under what circumstances was that? Because that is the court give an order and you do what you want.
And that is a question we're asking. How did a certain minister got involved in building, selling, and all sort of damn nonsense?
Well, I asked the question because it could be contempt of court. But in the meantime, it has been disposed of. And did you go to the funeral?
What funeral?
You didn't hear that conflict of interest died.
You know, that is why I love to have you on this program. Continue, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I think it was conflict of interest.
Yeah.
I've heard other people who are not as bright as you would think they should be call it conflict of interest. People who don't really understand the term conflict of interest say something not right, yes, sir. But it seems that conflict of interest is now in the dearly departed column.
My God. You know, Sir Smith, when you look on all of this, a lot of Jamaicans, both in the diaspora and home in Jamaica, looking at this, and say this is a slap in our face, as Jamaican citizens, a multi-billion-dollar fraud, and somebody in the effluence of government gave the go-ahead for these people to get station bail.
I don't consider it a slap in the face. Slap in the face is a mere insult. I consider it a kick in the testicular region.
My God in heaven. Hmm.
And that's supposed to cause you far more pain than a slap in the face.
Indeed.
So, my question is, that's the other thing I meant to ask. Have we heard the names of the investigators?
Not that I know of, no.
Isn't it usually expected to hear the names of the investigators?
Yes, and one more question we need to ask ourselves too. How is it that when Paula was there, this didn't happen? Why have to wait until Paula leave for it? The former DPP had to retire. So the current director of public prosecution, Sir Smith, to bring this case up to light to charge these people. What is going on here, Sir Vince? What do you think is going on?
I don't want to hazard a guess. Let's put it that way. There are a number of different ways you could look at it.
Yes.
But I would prefer to wonder, you know that when there's going to be a tsunami, the beach gets wider,
Yes.
water goes out.
And they come back in.
When it come back in
with a vengeance.
twice the size and high.
Yes.
I am wondering if this is the beach getting wider.
Oh.
You must also realize one thing, you know. I use this analogy all the while. People probably think I'm stupid at it, but so be it.
Yes.
Al Capone was the most renowned gangster in the United States.
Yes.
Caused a number of people to lose their lives. Some of which he personally seemed to have participated in.
Yes.
They never got him for murder. They got him for tax evasion. America don't ramp with its money. A lot of what.
Hold on to me, Mr. Smith. Miss P, turn on the TV in the background. I let you talk to Mr. Smith.
Let me turn it down.
Okay.
Turn it on. Turn them down. Turn them down.
Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, man.
What we're looking at here is that here the amounts being quoted without them being quoted in US dollars.
Miss P, hold on, Miss P, because I'm not hearing Sir Smith. Miss P?
Yeah?
Hold on a minute for me there.
Yeah, man, no problem.
You're talking in the background and it's affecting us here. So you have to, let me just finish his conversation and I'll have you come on. Go ahead, Sir Smith.
Okay.
What we keep hearing when we hear about the amounts, they're quoted in US dollars.
Yes.
Which means that a lot of the money could have originated in or has passed through the US system.
And I believe, as you get there, Sir Smith, I believe that Uncle Donald is pressuring that person there at Jamaica House.
Well, there's a possibility that one could be utilizing a bargaining chip. Support me in the Venezuela thrust or other things, and I will forget where your file is for the moment.
Oh.
Or you are owed money from this disaster relief situation. And we may have a little difficulty in doing the bank transfer till we are assured that all is well with your banking system.
Okay. So let me get Miss P to come on. Miss P, go ahead. You have 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, good night. Good night, the teacher. Good night, my boss. Good night, everybody. Happy holiday and the best for 2022. 2026. You know, I was trained by none other than Major Robert Finzi Smith. Yeah. Proud of him. Let me tell you something. If it was for this government, nobody goes to jail. There is a wind is blowing that is 100 times stronger than Melissa. So is either you do or you die. And yet still you're doing, but you're not doing enough. Because to lock up a high profile person like those and give them $1 million Jamaica bill, that is hypocritical. What the person will do is build up more heat on the head, because investigators, we are going to look at it and say, then why do you give him this? So those things, Princess, will teach me to look, watch body language, what things, and we find what happened. Jeffrey and people, this is, if it was for the Jamaica government, none of these men wouldn't go nowhere, none would happen. There's a wind blowing in the air, and that wind is stronger than Melissa. And all such man I do and a skip and a jump and a play. You know, gonna whine himself in it more. Because you hold those persons, you're supposed to seize them travel document, no bail until them face the judge and the judge do. And the people them are looking, watching, and listening. Princess me teach with those things. So these are the things we have to look for. Yes. And Jean and Pantan is there suffering with a disability, and no one cares about her. But the more they whine is like a quicksand. The more you wiggle, and the more it will take you in. And I got back a class.
Thank you very much.
So big up yourself.
Yes.
when you look on the whole scenario of this Jean and Panton SSL, everybody knew that Jean and Panton wasn't the one who was supposed to go down. Because I kept asking about those people, those redskin people like myself here, who lives up in the Beverly Hills and Cherry Garden and Narbrook area of Jamaica. What about those who were involved in this thing? I kept asking about that. I want to ask you this question, Joseph Smith. You believe that Miss Panton is speaking out now and calling names? Why did they decide to do so with these people?
I tell you where my stance is. It is now fully and truly a matter before the courts. I would hesitate to say much more on the subject, especially if it comes under the heading speculation.
Right.
Until evidence starts to be given and adjudicated. I think if we keep running it down to see if we can come up with the best theory or get the best scoop, we might assist the people by having them run a no-case submission saying that they have been prejudiced, the court has been prejudiced against them by public utterances.
True. And
while there are certain things that are clear to us. But being clear to us don't make it truly lawful, or as they put in the legal terms, admissible in court. And I would rather not give any comment on certain things that would rule certain things, certain speculations that could be very factual as being inadmissible in court.
And that is why we who are journalists must be very careful in our utterance in social media.
Yes.
Because they can go to court and said both the people of the Vumvavon and the Vumvavine, the executives of SSL, can go to court and says, hey, we will not XYZ. Good afternoon, Talk Your Life.
Yes, Jeff, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm not taking any call from you. You're very rude. Have a good night. You don't have no respect on this program. You don't call back this program.
You give somebody persona non grata?
Yeah, man. He has no respect at all. You don't call back my program. Yes, Sir Smith. Do you believe that, I mean, we don't want to speculate, as you said before. But we'll be very careful how we really say these things because they will go to court, as what you said, and say to the court, Your Honor, the case is already tried in the public domain. We will never get a fair trial in this country.
Exactly. There's another case right now that is on the thing that they won't give the man bail for over a year. And it has been all over social media and regular press and things. I don't think that man could ever get a fair trial in this country.
Mm-mm.
And I go further. It is my opinion that it will be a heavy miscarriage of justice because from what I've seen and heard, he can't be honestly found guilty. But that's another time and another place. I'm just trying to show you how certain things can be messed up. If it's a jury trial and the man in choosing the jury said, have you heard of the SSL scandal? Yes, Your Honor. And what is your opinion? Maybe some of the big man, I'd like to excuse this juror.
Exactly.
So, and the one that says, no, I have never heard of it, is a little modest or not educated enough to have figured out what we're here.
Yes.
So, finding a jury for that. You might have to go apply for a change of venue.
Mm. But and the change of venue can't be within the Caribbean either, you know.
Maybe them send them over to Cayman.
Well, Cayman is a part of the Caribbean.
And Cayman is under British rule, so it might be a faster route to the Privy Council.
Hold on for me. Next call coming in. Good night, caller. Welcome to the Make It Talk program. You're live. Hello.
I can't understand this.
I can hardly hear you, ma'am.
This case,
Yes, go ahead now, please. Go ahead.
this case is widely known,
Uh-huh.
right? This SSL saga. Now, you want to tell me, Mr. Finzi, listen me too, because I would like to hear your input on it. Because it is well known, and to choose a jury, then it might be like everybody knows. So that is to say, well, they can come by having a jury for the jurors for the case, or since everybody knows about it, what means would they use to have a jury for the case?
They could have a
then,
judge only.
since everybody know, can't it be transferred from Kingston to another parish? Still everybody know. Or overseas? Help me to understand this, because the people need justice, and justice must be served. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
I understand exactly what you're trying to say. Let me help you. It comes down to a word
Okay,
called...
I'm going to hang up and listen.
Okay, thank you.
All
It
right.
comes down to a terminology called jurisdiction. It can't be tried out of Jamaica unless it goes through the route to go to the Privy Council.
Yes,
But the
because,
other route, it has to go there.
yes, because
Luckily,
Jamaica
we
has-
can have judges presiding over the trial without a jury,
Yes.
and they adjudicate the evidence as they see it.
Mhm.
Then you roll on from there. Then you have the Court of Appeal, then you have the final appeal, then you have Privy Council. So there's a route. But I don't think this thing could take a jury trial. The other thing I'd like to point out, if you would believe is only one person lose money in SSL because of his fame. I put it to you that there are people who retired, who had savings waiting for a stormy or a rainy day, who have medical situations they need taken care of, who cannot now deal with that because what they had put down gone. and
Yeah.
no one thinks of them. There are people who can probably not fulfill the things of their mortgage and lose their house, but nobody has asked about them. Coming back to the Vumpova and the Vumpufi, we have been led down the garden path. It's like, is Bolt one them thief money from? No, it's a vast amount of money, but there's a number of other people in far more dire situations than Bolt
Indeed.
who probably don't even have the money to sponsor a lawsuit.
I get to understand, Sir Smith, that the lady who lost her money is a United States citizen. She's also a Jamaican citizen too. And for those who are saying that the court can try in the United States, no, it cannot.
No.
Not because it has US currency involved in it. The jurisdiction of the case happened in Jamaica.
Yeah.
The only place it can go to is London, the Privy Council.
Yeah.
Because Jamaica's final court of appeal is in London, not in the United States.
But it could also fall under the jurisdiction, not legally as such, but punitively for a thing. There's a body that deals with international funding and banking,
Yes,
and we could have fallen foul of their guidelines,
true.
which could mean that certain people can access certain institutions abroad.
Hmm.
Jamaica could have gotten, or probably has, and we just don't see it yet, a hell of a black eye financially, internationally by this.
I was just going to ask you that, Mr. Smith. But based on all of this, do you believe that Jamaica will be blacklisted one of these days?
The possibility exists that they want to talk it into being. It could mean that things like money transfers and all the rest that are already under fire because of scamming
Yeah.
could put us behind the black ball.
Hmm. Hmm.
If you think you're bad, go to Cayman and try the certain things in the banking system here.
You can't, because Cayman will come down on you, and matter of fact, London will come down on you and like anything else.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Cayman is a part of the British jurisdiction.
Yes, and
Cayman is an overseas territory.
do you think an SSL could survive in Cayman? Maybe you should ask your guest from that island.
I believe if SSL was a part of the Cayman Islands jurisdiction, there would be more brought down on SSL than in Jamaica, because the Cayman Islands may have a little of whatever, but they don't involve themselves in the level of corruption and skullduggery like how Jamaica is involved in it.
No, and you cannot provide certain services without being properly licensed in Cayman.
There you go. If a Jamaican citizen or anybody throughout the world want to go to do business in the Cayman Islands, you have to have a Caymanian partner in 60-40.
Well, I just find it ironic that once upon a time Cayman was run by the Westmoreland Parish Council.
There you go. And look at Cayman now.
There you have it. Do you know their airport was built by the Westmoreland Parish Council?
Yes, I'm aware of that, yes.
Okay.
The older airport, because they have a brand new one now, the world class one now,
So I made to understand.
Let's go back to the whole. It is now 7:54. If you're just joining us, this is the Equator program. We're simulcasting on the CMR TV, that's Cayman Mall Road TV in the Cayman Islands. We're speaking to Robert Finzi-Smith about the SSL scandal. Do anyone believe, will any of the executive of SSL face prison time in Jamaica? That's a question tonight. So Smith, what you see here now on the court, well, we can't predict what's going to happen in the court, because what you said a while ago, we have to be very careful in how we deliberate and say things on the program here, because it can be tried in the public opinion, the space of public opinion, and then when it goes to the court, it is thrown out because the Jamaican people already tried the case.
Yeah, the other thing that you have to understand is that legally, whether it is a criminal law or there's something called mens rea and actus reus.
Yes.
Mens rea is the state of mind, the intent. Actus reus is the actual action.
Mhm.
A crime is not said to have been committed until mens rea and actus reus copulate.
Mm.
So the question now is, who had the mens rea for this to occur? And who performed the actus reus?
Mhm.
And was this done in accordance of instructions given,
Hmm.
or individuals doing something? Then the amount of money we're talking about, it's a little difficult to think that an individual did that.
Mm.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, and I believe that the United States individual, or many individuals in the United States, who may have had money in SSL, who are US citizens, approach their congressmen and congresswomen and senators and say, listen to me, I can't get my money. There's nothing being done because look on Cash Plus. The amount of Jamaican money that went like Sammy out through Cash Plus and not a damn thing came out of it.
But you must remember with Cash Plus, the proprietor tried and convicted in the United States of financial fraud.
Exactly.
But was allowed to depart the United States with something in the region of 10 million US to his name.
and there's a lady who watched my program now who lost 10 million Jamaican dollars and never get back a red cent.
You know, there's some people who own their houses. That I think the scheme that gets hit the hardest was over by Portmore.
Yes.
Sold or mortgaged their houses to put the money in Cash Plus.
I said,
and don't have a red cent looking at.
Meanwhile, Jamaican politicians on both sides of the fence get money out of Cash Plus.
There are some people who came in, lick it, whap it back, lick it, and run.
Of course.
Those who got greedy, there you go. The Ponzi schemes work on the basis of someone getting away with something regularly.
But you know something, Sir Smith? I believe that anybody who is broke and bankrupt, come to Jamaica. Jamaica can bail you out. If you come to Jamaica, I told people the other day, and people laugh at me, you know. The Minister of Tourism is promoting dark tourism, you know. And I said on this program that what they need to do, you know, tell you anything, you know, if you get one of those mother bad pan with some Jason, Dettol, and Fabulous, and tell them, say, no, wash them off for 100,000 Jamaican dollars, and come and get the wash off. No, it's the truth. So it's the same way.
Maybe if you need an instant visa, go to the airport in Moby and Bar.
It's same way. It's same way, Sir Smith. People can get bankrupt in the United States, come to Jamaica, open a power plant, pay off their debt to the IRS in the United States, bankrupt Jamaica Public Service Company, leave and gamble build a power plant in Texas. The amount of people that come to Jamaica, bankrupt as hell, fleece money from the Jamaican people. Because we're too gullible, man. We're a bunch of damn fools.
Who facilitated them? That's where the answer comes. You understand what I'm saying? Question is, who facilitated them? So somebody must have gotten facilitated.
My God. How long do you think all this can continue, Mr. Smith? You have Cash Plus holding the robbers from Central Bank, and all who own Finsac House have money out of this and have money out of that. No, you have
You,
SSL. What is next in this country?
you missed out Olin.
And Hollins, yes. What
Well,
is next in this country?
what has happened, you know, this terminology, licky licky.
And Nyami.
There you go. I think it was the DJ Tiger who said, what was the song he had?
You too
Wanga
licky,
gut.
and Nyami.
No, it said Wanga gut, no Wanga belly.
Yes.
Licky. Yeah.
In all of
Somebody in Jamaica will always take on a Monday what can't last them till Tuesday in return for their loyalty till Friday.
You know, a lot of Jamaicans, Sir Smith, we're not trying this case in public opinion either, because a lot of you know, I don't want it to have to be tried on this program here, but a lot of Jamaicans, Sir Smith, is saying that not one damn thing shall come out of this.
Well, they are working on historical data.
Yes.
Because they're looking for precedents where something similar took place and something come out of it. And there are people who have gotten small licks here and there. But the big fish out at sea swimming. So people don't find much comfort in saying that you are charging them.
And you charge them, you know, and in the same breath, you give them station bail. Well, while other Jamaicans who have a little traffic ticket, like my taxi friends in our country, Jamaica, get like a taxi, like a ticket, and they go pay them, lock them up for the entire Christmas and New Year's. But those people, those white collar criminals, can get bail. One moment for Mr. Smith. Good night, make we talk your life.
Yeah, Jeffrey, great program as usual. I'm Mr. Finzi Smith. Just a quick question, just a quick comment. The Jamaica Deposit Insurance Corporation only insure your money up to 1.2 million Jamaican dollars per account. So if you could have one in a joint account, one in an individual account, one in another type of account, maybe at the same institution or maybe at different banks. No, 1.2 million Jamaican dollars for all them people who have how much 100,000 US and SSL run gone with the money. Them people are not get back nothing beyond with the loss, eh? Them not get back nothing.
No, because the thing now is, let us say they are found guilty. Are they going to be ordered to pay back the amount? The problem now is one of them largest assets, the building, was given as a gift.
Hold on for me, caller. So the question, Smith, is this: how on earth did that building was sold or given as a gift? Isn't that building a part of the thing they're supposed to seize and say, okay, this asset?
The asset base of the institution. As a matter of fact, there is a report that I have been asking for, which is what's the name of the individual? The individual, when somebody comes in to wrap up your financial situation.
Liquidator?
I think it was a liquidator or something like that. But the person was brought in to do an assessment of the situation and give a true statement, accurate statement as to what was the case, the condition of the business. And no one seems to be interested in that report.
There you go.
When you have a will, for instance, you have the person who is supposed to be the am getting old. The terminology used for someone who is in charge of the distribution of the will.
Oh, the
executor?
The executor.
The executor.
Yes.
The executor's report has been done and bears a whole heap more revelations than we out the street been hearing.
So let me
Everybody,
ask you,
everybody's running up and down looking for this and looking for that and be. Look at the executor's report. It'll tell you. It'll tell you where Bolt's money went.
Well, I hear you. I hear what you said. I hear what you said, Mr. Finley Smith. But at the same time, I want to go back to the deposit insurance. Because if I have 50,000 US in the bank in Jamaica,
Yeah.
and me live in Florida, me put 50,000 in the bank down in Jamaica, in them bank. And if the bank go under, I get back his 1.2 million Jamaican dollar.
Looks that way, doesn't it?
you know, I remember at one point, the Banking Act of 19 something has never been amended, I'm yet to be corrected.
No, it needs to be more than corrected because what happened is that, when you go to a casino,
Uh-huh.
them say the banker never loses.
So
The house never loses.
So in other words, Collins Smith, Jamaicans can put the money in the bank at their own risk.
Yeah, because you must understand that somebody every now and then might lick the jackpot.
Uh-huh.
But in casinos, it is not good business to have some people licking the jackpot all the while. Which is why, for instance, on another point, I find it absolutely stupendous that Donald Trump bankrupts 3 casinos.
If you're just joining us, we're speaking to Robert Finley Smith. And the question tonight, will Jamaicans ever see the executives of SSL face prison time? Will the Jamaican people ever get justice at any time at all? Right now, those people of the Vumva and the Vumva in our country who is involved in SSL, who lives up in Norfolk and Cherry Garden, get station bail. But our taxi drivers and our people who live below Crossroad in the country areas of Jamaica, who may be charged with a little ganja spliff, look at the little marijuana, give me some of the weed, can't get station bail. But those of the effluence of society can get station bail.
Careful, Jeffrey. In your indignation, you almost an effluent. But the thing that you're missing, have you got a list of the board of directors of SSL?
Have I got the what?
The list of the board of directors in SSL.
I was searching for it, and I haven't gotten it.
God, what I'm saying to you is, be careful if someone says, would you care to be on the board? Because the board could be the chopping block. Because once you become a director, you are liable.
Yes.
So if you're charging other people, what exposure does this lead the board members at SSL to be?
Ooh.
And who are they? And what are they needed?
Are you talking about that, Sir Smith? Were you aware of Mr. Hardin, Zachary Hardin, a part of a political party in the Cayman Islands?
Cayman Islands?
Yes.
Your guests from that end of the spectrum might be able to enlighten me. I know what I know is that his association with our current Prime Minister crossed the realms of financial advice at some time or the other.
Well, he is a strategist. Let me get this thing up here and make you listen to this again. I want you all to listen to something here.
Anyway, thank you, Jeffrey.
You're welcome, caller. So Smith, I want you to listen to this, Smith. And this is out of our sister station here, Cayman Mall Road, because we're simulcasting with them tonight. So Smith, I want you to listen to this thing here from Cayman Mall Road.
Cayman Marl Road is Cayman's #1 news source. Update. More than a dozen criminal charges have reportedly been filed against the former executives of Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, who were taken into custody on Saturday in connection with the alleged multi-billion-dollar fraud at the collapsed investment firm. Hugh Crockery,
You
founding
hearing it?
director of SSL, his daughter, Sarah Meany,
Hold on.
and former SSL chief executive officer Zachary Harding have each been charged with fraudulently inducing persons to.
Just a moment here, everyone. I did something wrong. I need to share the thing. I'm sorry. Let me put this up here. There it is. And just do this here now. Just a moment. I want Mr. Smith to listen to this. Here we go.
Cayman Marl Road is Cayman's #1 news source. Update. More than a dozen criminal charges have reportedly been filed against the former executives of Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, who were taken into custody on Saturday in connection with the alleged multi-billion-dollar fraud at the collapsed investment firm. Hugh Crockery, founding director of SSL, his daughter, Sarah Meany, and former SSL chief executive officer Zachary Harding have each been charged with fraudulently inducing persons to invest. Failure to register a company carrying on business in Jamaica. Carrying on a securities business without a dealer's license. Failure to apply to the Financial Services Commission to be registered for securities issued, and breaches of the Banking Services Act. They have reportedly been granted bail to go to court on January 26. CMR, 3 former senior executives linked to the collapsed investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, are now in police custody in Jamaica as part of an ongoing fraud investigation that has rocked the region. Among them is Zachary Harding, a former CEO of SSL and past campaign strategist for the People's Progressive Movement, PPM, in the Cayman Islands.
You hear that?
Yes.
How many Jamaicans know that Zachary Harding is a former campaign strategist for a political party in the Cayman Islands?
Well, not many before this, I'm certain. But there's another thing that just occurred to me. You must forgive me, I'm getting older and slower.
Go ahead.
From my experience, I need to know whether or not there's an intention to have a question and answer session. If so, something wrong. Why do I say that? Because holding somebody with an intention to do a question and answer thing with them and giving them station bail same day is the equivalent of setting an exam and sending somebody home to study for it.
But not only that, Sir Smith. How many of these people gonna have any of these? What happened to the SSL computer that went missing out of SSL building?
I don't know.
And how many of these people, Sir Smith, gonna have all of these computer and hardware at their houses? Huh?
Well, they wouldn't have been smart if they kept them. What they could do is ask them for their cloud password and go up there, go look. But the question to me still is, if you're going to have a question and answer, since that is why when somebody gets held for something and they say they're going to do a question and answer, they don't leave the station. People are paying for 3-4 days on a question and answer session.
Yeah, but those people who are there for 3-4 days, as what the late Mutty Perkins would have said, is those people live below Crossroad. The dirty foot trousers boy and girl.
Well,
who are not a part of the effluence of society.
And I would have suggested that if they took these people into custody, they must have had sufficient evidence for them to be not fearful of a potential lawsuit in doing so. So they should have all their ducks in a row. Yeah. So why take them in and then fly the gate?
It's a very good question.
I would love to know what point of law would make that a smart thing to do. You know who you should try to get a hold of?
Yes.
Head boy.
He is supposed to come on the program tonight, you know. I don't know what happened. I sent him the link. I don't know. I think he must be meeting with the former Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it seems like.
Okay, but head boy not only can show where the doors are, him can show where the key to it is.
Exactly. Let me see something here. But Sir Smith,
Mm-hmm.
I send him the link and he has no money. I tell you something, you know, Sir Smith. We all are looking at the case with Gene and Panton and them. Your opinion on this? In all that is going on from 2023 to now, Gene and Panton has been locked up and been in jail from then.
Under physically unfortunate circumstances.
Exactly. So, in all of this, Sir Smith, you believe that Gene and Panton is the sole person involved in this multi-billion-dollar fraud, and now, although they charge these 3 people of the effluent of society, those people of the boom, is only Gene and Panton alone gonna go down for all of this?
If you have that opinion based on what you have seen so far, I could blame you. But based on the evidence that seems to be creeping out, anyone who is wishing that that be the case, I have some unicorn meat to sell them. You know what Jamaica's national tree is?
Lignum variety?
No, it's not.
No, it's the blue maho.
No, it's not.
What is it again?
The outstretched palm.
Oh my God, coming in. Hold on a second. Good night, make we talk here live with Samoi Campbell with Cayman Islands Marlboro TV. Welcome to the program live.
Good night, Jeffrey. Good night.
Good night.
Long time. Jeffrey, I want to ask a question. I think Philly can address it too. What role will Bank of Jamaica play in regulating our financial institution? That's the only question I want to ask. I'll sit back in the class and listen to
Right. If I need to regulate what bank is the Bank of Jamaica? Smith?
It has a great role to play. It is in control of our finances. I don't think you can operate anything legally in the financial sphere of things without being adjudicated by the Bank of Jamaica. There are certain regulations you have to adhere to.
So how is it, Sir Smith? Can SSL operate without a license? And the Bank of Jamaica isn't aware of it?
SSL was shut down by a former government.
Yes, from the People's National Party with Portia Simpson Miller.
Based on certain transgressions, alleged.
Right.
It was promptly reopened upon change of government. And seems to have, based on the evidence so far, just gone right back to what it was originally stopped from doing.
So hold on there, Sir Smith. When you look on all of this now, if it was in the United States this happened, wouldn't the former Minister of Finance, Audley Shaw, would have been questions about, would be answering questions about this too?
Should be. Plus, you must remember, that's the one thing I'm hoping for once we come to a decent, applicable form of constitutional reform, going into the republic type thing. We couldn't make certain things a federal crime, which would, if you follow the United States model, carry a whole different kettle of fish with it. There are certain things that have taken place with the SSL and other institutions that if it were in the United States, they'd be guilty of federal malfeasance.
Even the prime minister would be charged for insider trading.
It is a distinct possibility somebody with an imaginative and very bright legal mind would go down that road with him.
Of course.
Because the
Because
question is, I would like to go to a casino with the current leader of our country.
Uh-huh.
Because he seems to know when to pull the handle and when to leave. We have some people pull the handle and jackpotting, and then them say, pull again and lose everything.
But he never loses any of this.
Our current leader knows, it's what they do the song. Know when to hold him, know when to fold him, walk away and know when to run. I think that is the Prime Minister's favorite tune. Because he always seems to have slid out the back door before the roof come in.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question that I don't hear you and other journalists asking is, if you slid out the back door based on a premonition, whatever, why would you allow national funds to remain in the institution?
And until now, I heard you don't hear nothing from the finance minister about these money.
No. Maybe she's
money.
Stay there long enough you can buy a Pro Box.
Let's go coming in. Hold on a minute there. I'm the bank of Jamaica to the work. Turn off your TV, please. Turn off your TV, please.
Did that. Okay. Yeah, good night. Yeah, good night. Yeah, good night, gentlemen. You know what I say? Years ago, right? Turks and Caicos was so corrupt that England came in and shut down the whole country and put like a commissioner or somebody in place. I mean, and we know them to get independent. So I was listening to you, gentlemen, and saying that this could not happen in Cayman or maybe a jurisdiction where England is in control. This, if it was so, in Jamaica, everybody would have gone to jail. Because this could not happen, because they would come in and take charge. But I say this to say, the system is so corrupt, judiciary, everything, because I was listening on another program, and they say that with a bail being $1 million, it should not be station bail, because the only person that the bail thing go up to 400,000, or it has been revised and nothing was put in place. So that loophole was there. So this is the reason why these gentlemen were allowed to walk, with a get out of free jail card for $200 and was able to come out. Because even though, there was no set amount to say that this is the amount that can be granted as station bail after the revision, and only somebody up to the rank of an inspector or somebody in the police would. Captain Smith is there. He's probably more a fake can expound on it. Yes. So they say that the thing was revised. No set amount was placed. Maybe them do it because them know them in whatever them do. So this is the reason why these gentlemen were able to walk out of jail Saturday night, while this same lady has been denied bail over and over again. And another thing before I go, documents, it should have been a judge, the terms and conditions, because these are people that have a reason to flee the jurisdiction. So I listen to what the gentlemen have to say,
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for calling. Is it the first time calling to the program?
Yes, yeah, because I didn't have the number. I was the one who asked for the number.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling, my dear. Thank you for listening.
Okay. You're 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have another thing to say. You're 100% correct.
So Smith, there was an amendment to the Bail Act, and when it comes on to finance part of the Bail Act?
I don't know about the finance part of it, but I know, for instance, another case I did some work on.
Uh-huh.
A young man was found guilty of rape, regardless of the lack of evidence. No doctor report, nothing. and is a judge, it is reported, who tried the case, a jury. And the judge seemed to, it is reported, let me be hasten to say that, seemed to have had an unfortunate encounter with rape early on in their existence. First and foremost, that judge should never have taken that case. Should have excused herself. So the man is convicted and get 14 years. I asked, when somebody asked me to look at it, I asked if during pending the appeal, if he could get bail. And them said no. And I said, but I know of police officers, for instance, who get charged and convicted for murder, appeal it, and get bail, and were out on bail till the case come up again. And then said there's something that says once you reach a certain amount of years given or whatever certain cases, they're not giving you bail. So I don't know if it's part of that Christmas present wrap up with something else that brought this about. But
So in other words, Smith. Go ahead, sir, go ahead.
All of a sudden now you can get bail on a weekend.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because in other words, if that is the case, that the Bail Act has been amended and there's a loophole in it, the Justice Minister has some answering to do.
Yeah, but try and remember who previously had it in their hand.
Oh. Was it Marlon Malofo?
I'm not saying nothing, I just must remember.
God help us in this country. I hope the Jamaican people, you know, we talk like, Desmond McKenzie don't talk. The Jamaican people. I hope the Jamaican people, Jeffrey Bay yourself, I hope the Jamaican people can understand tonight that those who we put in the halls of government, in parliament to make laws for us, those laws don't apply to their friends and cronies. There's two laws in this country.
Good for
One
the goose,
for the rich.
good for the gander.
Go ahead.
Good for the goose must be good for the gander.
Indeed. I have an next call coming in. Good night. I hope the Jamaican turn off your TV, sir. Turn off the TV, Canada. Canada, welcome.
Mr. Jeffrey, good night.
You turn off your TV?
Yeah. Good night. I just want to ask one question. Those 200 people that lose their money, how much of them is American citizen? You're not gonna go easy. It's not gonna go easy. Yeah. You're not gonna go easy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Wow. Wait, but next time when you're calling the program, callers, please turn your TV off. We're having a feedback in the studio here. For those who are just joining us, we are speaking about what do you think? Will any of the executive of SSL face prison time in Jamaica? We're speaking to Robert Finzi-Smith. We're simulcasting on Cayman Marlborough TV in the Cayman Islands. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. We're listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to the program. Like, share, and subscribe. The number to call in is 954-529-8030. It's also a WhatsApp number, 954-529-8030. So, Smith, you're saying something. Go ahead, sir.
No, I'm just saying that we need to determine. All right, let me jump the rails a little bit. You see the constitutional reform thing?
Yes.
You know what I want? Now, it matters, but you know what I want? I want representation of the people to be representation of the people.
Yes.
So then in a new constitution, I would like that a member of parliament cannot be a minister of government.
Hear, hear.
If you represented the people, go live amongst them, go have the same problem. Water not there, you can't bathe neither.
Exactly.
If I want a minister of works, I send out an ad for it, and the people who are suitably qualified apply, and the Services Commission does the interview, and the persons are hired accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
If they do not perform, I don't need to wait for an election. If they're not working properly and the head of the party leading the government decide they got to go, he doesn't have to worry, he or she doesn't have to worry about the political fallout in his own party, which sometimes governs whether or not you bite who need biting. So now, my thing is, if I am qualified, adds teeth to any punitive action they have to take against me because I am qualified. Therefore, it is deemed that I must know. So anything I do out of hand is malfeasance.
I want to ask you this question, Sir Smith. Do you remember when the FID went to execute a warrant up by the former Minister of Education, House Roll Reid?
Yes.
You remember what Delroy Truck said?
Considered it highly embarrassing and they could have done it in a better fashion.
I wonder if is the case with these three individuals that they make a call to, I'm not saying they did, don't get me wrong, I don't know. They may have made a call to the Injustice Minister and the Minister of National Insecurity and Injustice too. Well, the Minister of National Insecurity. And they said, you know what? Give them station bail.
You're gone too far down the road. Forgive my suspicious mind. But is it possible that the call was made in the other direction? You have on clothes? Some people are coming here now.
So that is the case then?
I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying
hold on for me. Hold on for me. Let's call coming in. Good night. You're live on the Make We Talk program. You want to speak in here? Hello? Oh. Apparently don't want to speak in here. I have to call about that person after the program. We're live here. The numbers to call in is 954-529-8030. We're live on air. The question we're asking tonight, will we ever see any of the executive of the Stocks and Securities Limited SSL face prison time in our country, Jamaica? Will any of those people who continue defrauding the country, will ever face prison time? We're speaking to Robert Vincent Smith. So Smith, go ahead, sir.
Remember, and again, let me caution you. You are predisposing guilt.
Well, if they're found guilty,
you have what is called an educated guess, based on the facts that have come before us.
Yes.
You are predisposing guilt in that question. You with me?
Go ahead.
So the question, in my opinion, to cover all bases, should be, if it is proven that people in high positions in SSL participated in fraud, resulting in losses from their depositors, if it is proven, do you have confidence that these people will face prison time?
True. I think we have to rephrase the questions that way. That's true, yes.
Because the other way you put it came across that you were already predisposing guilt. You know?
You know, Sir Smith, you look at what is going on in the banking sector in our country. So. As a Jamaican who have local trip and saving like myself in the bank. Hold on, I have a next call coming in. Hold on a minute. Hello, good night. Make we talk here live. You're live on the Cayman Marlborough TV. Go ahead.
Good night, Jeffrey. Good night, Mr. Finzi. Good night, everyone who listening.
Good night.
Nobody going to jail.
Why you say that?
Nobody going to jail. It's just a sham. I remember I told you I lose $10,000 in holdings. I still have my papers from them times to now. I bring them back carrying with me over now. I have holdings and I have cash plus. And I didn't talk to the representative. I talked to Carlos Hill. The last time I saw Carlos Hill, he was on as HOLBORN. I think that's the name of the street in New Kingston when they kick him away from where he was in New Kingston, and that's where he was. And when I went to get my money, he told me I must not worry because my money is offshore. You bring it offshore, and it's a certainty that I'm going to get back my money. That was yes, it was 2007 when I didn't used to deal with nobody else but Carlos Hill because it was somebody who was very close to him bring me in it, and poor me didn't know what was going on. And I take up my money. I went to NCB at the time and took up my money and put it into cash plus. And Carlos still promised me faithfully. I went to meeting over by Mergo when he had the meeting over Mergo when everything was going down. And I saw him there too. And he told me I was going to get back my money, but all the money was offshore because they're trying to shut him down. I must not worry, I'm going to get back my money. And until to the day, I don't get back a dollar. The gentleman who put me in cash plus, they shoot him on Manizil Road. I won't call his name, but a very popular man. They killed him in his driveway on Manizil Road. And he was the one who bring me over into cash plus. And he died and his money didn't get back. A whole lot of friends, my friend, she lose her money. Another friend of mine who live in Elshire, he lose his house. He lose his saving, his wife lose her house and over Counsel Road, over that apartment building, over from Oakland apartment. She with Oakland on the left and you make the right and she have her house over there. She put up that house and market that house and put all her money. Popular people them. Well-known people them and they don't get back a dollar until to the day. Just like me just waiting on my $10 million stand.
You know something called You know something called Answer Smith?
Yeah.
I know no political party and nobody to put in the money in there. But tell me something here. How long must the people of this country suffer on the hands of political parties who allow these people to scam the Jamaican people and get away with it?
People who know me well are going to probably go, oh no, Bobby, not again. But I keep quoting my parents, my mother in particular. Anytime something political came up and anything was not above board, my mother would say, keep a people, get the government they deserve.
So and I didn't know nothing just because I go down. I left Jamaica when I was a teenager and I went back down there to buy my house in 2001. I've been through hell in Jamaica. I've been through hell with JPS because I live over here. JPS burned down my house. And by the time the trial, I have one of the best lawyer from New Kingston is a firm. And the lady says she have never seen. She live over here now and she tell me, don't go back to Jamaica because Jamaica is not a good place. It didn't deal with you good. I went through JPS system. They burned my house down. By the time I get back to Jamaica for trial, they buy out the lie, they buy out the electrician who was here $100,000 to come and tell me what's wrong with the house. And by the time I get there, he didn't even want to testify. I couldn't even find him. I have to find police to find him, to find out what's going on. And by the time the trial started, I buy my ticket and come back to Jamaica. He was nowhere to be found.
Did you get a written report from him?
I get everything and bring it to them. I bring everything in my file. The lawyer have everything from him. And by the time I get back to Jamaica, a few years later, he don't want to testify. I have to go to him for police. And he said he will come in the morning. When I went to court, he wasn't there.
But
and I lost everything. I bought my house in every day.
Hold on for me. Mr. Smith is saying something. What is it, Vinci?
You got a written report from the electrician?
Yes, and the lawyer have everything. I have even my file here right now. I got everything from the electrician.
And you have a copy of that. If you have a copy of that, the man have to somehow explain why that written report done by him, duly signed, has not allowed him to come to court and give evidence.
It was known Kofi and Dylan was my lawyer at the time, and they said they have never seen a case like this. I said the man don't show up, and I called Mr. Lonesome, and I told him who the judge was, I have her name and everything. The woman was biased from I stepped in the courtroom until I stepped out.
Say that again.
She was biased.
The lady was biased from the minute I walked in the courtroom until I walked out. And when I came outside with my lawyer, she said to me she have never seen a case like this before. She don't know what happened because I should have won my case, but I didn't. And the electrician didn't show up. And the person who worked with the electrician was there, but the judge said she don't want to talk to him, and that man worked on my house for years. Since I bought the house. He worked on the house. The judge said she don't want to talk to him.
You know something? And it is my opinion, my honest opinion. The Jamaica Public Service Company has done some great injustice to the people of this country and get away with it for far too long.
Jeffrey, that's a whole nother show.
And it cost me, after spending $11.5 million plus $44 million insurance that I did have. Because when I bought the house, I was refurbishing the house. So I did have $4 million insurance through Victoria Mutual. And out of pocket, I have to spend $11.5 million to finish my house. I got so tired and I sold the house. And I came and while selling the house, I get caught up in the justice system too. I've been through hell in Jamaica. Jamaica is poison. There's no justice down there for nobody, and I'm still trying to figure out how I'm supposed to get back my money because it was US dollars. It's not Jamaican dollars because I fell and get my lawsuit money and buy my house in Jamaica, and I lost it just like that, and I have nothing in return.
But you know something, Sesame? You know, when I talk, people vex with me. You know? When I talk, people vex with me. The Jamaican people must understand. It's no time for us to be thinking about two political parties. My honest opinion, that these two political parties don't give a flying cone about the Jamaican people, you know.
No, they don't.
Look at Cash Person Holdings. Anything come out of it?
And the gentleman went to jail, and I still didn't get back my $10,000 US, and I still have my papers just the same. I have them in file right now because I don't know. I'm still not giving up. I still need my money because I don't know where Carlos is. Because it's a man that I spoke to, sitting in his office with him. It's not like I spoke to a representative. I spoke to Carlos Hill himself. I even went to his house up in the upper St. Andrew where he lived. I went to his house with the gentleman because we were close friends.
Yeah, you went up to the upper end of the side.
Yes, I went to his house. I went to one of his house. Yes, where he brought me, and he said not to worry because the money was offshore and my money would be safe. And I would have gotten it back, and I still don't get it back until today, and I don't know where it is.
Have you filed a class action suit against him?
I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn. I'm still sitting here waiting. I even called Andre today to find out what's going on because I hear Ed Boy said the American government is doing some form of collateral collection for the people who lost their US dollars. But I just don't know where to go. And I need my money because my money is from my lawsuit. I dropped and burst my eardrum. And because I love my country so much, I went back and bought a house and JPS burned it down and don't pay me back for it. And when the house was burning down, the light was gone and the transformer was at my gate and everybody heard the transformer blow and know what's going on. And JPS said, no, it's not their fault. It was my house.
Our next call coming in, my good friend. Let me call you back now.
Okay, sweetie pie, you have a good one now. Thanks, Mr. Finley. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Good night, caller. Welcome to the program. You're live. Hold on there for me. I keep on saying this, you know, that JPS need some more. We're listening to what? Hello. Good evening to Dre Brian. Good night, caller. Welcome to the program. You're live.
Hey, hello, Jeffrey. How you doing, man?
I'm here looking in.
Yeah, man. When we can't get the federal government to help out these people in Jamaica, man.
I beg your pardon?
How it work? If federal can involve in that problem in Jamaica?
How can it? Hold on here.
Outside of jurisdiction.
What federal government you talking about?
The American government, yeah.
No, sir. The only way they can get involved, unless there's some US dollar involved in it. And remember, Jamaica is a different jurisdiction from the United States, sir.
Okay. Yeah, man. I've been watching your program all the time, man. But we tired to see what's going on with Jamaica, man. I'll be honest, man. I'll be honest, man. I don't know what's wrong. No, the law, if the law is not wrong, there's nobody over here, man. Be honest. Tough.
The Jamaican justice system said don't work for the Jamaican people. It work for the FLN society. Not for the 24 trust people live below crossroads, sir.
You know, it should be in an election time. We should be able to vote in the judge like how here do it.
Where are the voting judges up here?
No, we judge up here, man. In election time.
You have judges and you have sheriffs and that type of thing who get voted in.
Yeah.
All right, caller. Thanks for calling. I'll start coming in from the Cayman Islands. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. I'll listen to you.
Good night, Cayman Islands. Welcome to the program. You're live. Turn off your TV in the background, please.
Yeah, man. Man. Yeah, Mr. Jeff, I'm there. I listen to your brother. So, as the brother said, American government, we can't get the England government involved because we still run, technically, we still run by the British of a final court.
The only way we can get involved unless the Court of Appeal, sir.
Well, because eventually you need it because not everywhere you take it. JPS are robbery. The Prime Minister are robbery and alleged in a robbery. Everywhere we take it, we are getting. You understand? I want me to ask people. What proof?
Yeah.
I mean, even I storm, right? Him saying give a certain amount of money at care packages, right? And then at the end of the day, when you check out it, not really give out because if you say West and Central Elizabeth, I'm 2 parishes. So I know like I guess a few parishes, I really guess you again. Well, not give out. So without the money there. You understand? How many more? But use the one example. They didn't take the money when instead them put the insurance, right? They put the money for insurance and then take it like JBS.
Hold on for me. Let us not lose sight of the conversation for tonight and go to hurricane and stuff. All right? Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So as you say, you don't think they will get convicted. Yes, I think they don't get convicted because it's the system run. Who convict them?
What do you mean?
Everybody either something with everybody. Because first thing you do, the man should even walk out of jail. That's the first thing. Get station bail. Then you're madness. If you know Mr. Jeffrey, you can't come out. At least a good, you can't talk really tall. Me can't tell you that much. You get me, I say?
Well, if God forbid it to happen, just call Finzi Smith. He just say, look, let him out.
Well, you can't correct him. And as the lady saying losing horse, a whole lot of things. If you look funny, it was messy, miserable.
But Jeffrey,
yes,
every turn the man them turn.
Hold on for me, caller. Yes,
there's something that does occur to me. The amount of bail set is not commensurate with the amount of money said to have been involved in the fraud.
There you go.
So if I defraud somebody of 5-10 million US, but you ask me to pay $1 million bail Jamaica, I cannot scan that. I still millions of dollars ahead.
It's true.
You know, I keep on saying this, some people say I must stop saying it. We're becoming a banana republic, you know.
No, it is.
Becoming?
It is. It is.
What you mean becoming?
Look, them can lock your account with your consent.
Hold on, Colin. Go ahead, Sesame. I didn't hear you.
What you mean becoming? There's a man who was locked away in the system for 50 years. 50 years. Released without any conviction or so. He was awarded $100 million in damages. And the government said, no, man. Wait. Hold on to that 6 million. Who adjudicated that?
That's true.
Right? Somebody say, how you mean figure this little jagaback don't know which way is up? Rasta looking man, don't remember how to bear him in a jail so long. And him getting 160 million, somewhere about that. What do I do with that? Give him 6 million, man. He won't know what to do with that either.
That will show you how petty the Prime Minister is.
Don't blame the Prime Minister for this. The justice system in our country.
Petty.
The buck stop with the justice minister, the lawyers, the judges, and so forth and so on. Am I wrong? Am I right, Sir Smith?
You're right. But then again, when you have a leader who technically tell you, say the buck stop with him until him turn it otherwise.
True.
Because he has so many ministries under him. Whichever way you turn, him culpable for one or the other.
True.
So you're going to you can't at a cabinet meeting say to the justice minister, I have seen this. What exactly is the case? What you mean you're not paying him what the court awarded? On what basis are we going to do this? And if you say you didn't know, you're not as informed as you should be. Or you have too many ministries to keep track of.
Paula, as I look at here, I keep on saying this to the people of my country, Jamaica. In no other modern democracy in this world can this nonsense happen like in Jamaica.
Exactly.
But
and it can change.
Do we have a democracy?
It can.
If we have a democracy?
Yeah, do we?
That's
Look at
no, we don't.
No,
we
look
don't.
at what's in front of you and tell me if we have a democracy.
No, we don't. Seriously, we don't. Let's look on it. We don't.
You have situations where you're driving and somebody pull you over in police uniform and say, boy, come out of that.
Immediately.
Here's the difference. Go lie down over there, sir. Is that democracy?
You don't know warrant.
That's not democracy.
So now,
all right,
who run in your country say, me, not afraid of no one. But it cost Portia Simpson Miller for saying it. Is that a democracy?
That's true, Mr. Smith. You're right. That's true.
Somebody get up and say, I am going to lend 150 million US, not Jamaican, US of your money. But him never say your money to the JPS because I want light. So I must not have a say in the payback or the legitimacy of the loan or the veracity of the loan. And the man say, you're bad mind.
And I will say this also, Sir Smith. Go back to what I keep on saying, although you say there's no democracy. In any other modern democracy, Darrell Vaz will never sit in the parliament of that country.
There may be rules as to his eligibility, but I will not discuss that here and now. But on the country you live in, Master, how some people, and it's a big democracy, let's say, have some people sitting in Congress and Senate who have no business being there. I understand. Ice might be at your door.
Let me not discuss American politics. I'll discuss Jamaican politics.
All right. But you're not
Caribbean politics.
Caribbean. It's a mess, Mr. Jeffrey. It's a mess. We need changes. It's a mess.
The only change that we need in this country, if we need changes, the change will, and I keep on saying this, the change will never, ever come from the two political parties in this country. The Jamaican people has to be the change that they seek.
Yeah, because
definitely. So we use independent as Mr. Senate rightly said. Independent.
One want to change and the other one we want.
It can be done.
You know this popular song that used to say,
Yes,
"What
sir.
have you done for me lately?"
Yes.
The electorate need to ask both political parties that. And then I don't know whether it's TikTok or any other platform, social media. We have become a nation that does things for likes.
Yes. And money.
I watch stuff happening in the St. Elizabeth and the Westmoreland thing. Where it became a thing to do. Everybody pack up stuff, carry go down there to say them God donate. Everything is a click, 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 click. So you're bringing people food. Okay, there's enough food, for instance, in Black River to start 5 supermarkets. But the people who get them have to eat it when it rains upon them too. It never occurred to anybody to suddenly check and say, what are the needs? Not the wants. Down there, them need tarpaulin and them need fresh drinking water. Everything else is brought up.
My God.
But you don't look as good handing those out as you do handing out little parcels.
Yes. Everybody want to hand out care package.
Yes. To feel that they did something. So in Jamaica, we have a society that say, yesterday him bring me something. A good man, You've been bought. You have been bought. We come like, no disrespect meant, and I hope it's not taken in the wrong way. But there's some certain women who cohabit with men based on what them can get.
True.
And they will take the beating and they will take the disrespect as long as every now and then get something.
Where do you see this country going to, Smith?
There's a place in Cayman that them could go to,
Where?
It's called Hell.
Where do they call it?
Hell. There's a place in Cayman named Hell.
In West Bay. Named Hell.
Yes.
I don't think Cayman want Jamaica in West Bay at all,
We're going to hell in a basket. Have you seen the latest thing about the clerk of the court? The clerk of the
Clerk of the Parliament?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. So I hear what she's alleged to have done. I don't hear what we're doing about it.
Nothing will be done about it because there will be some cover up in the Parliament for her.
Or maybe she has information that is sensitive. You see that thing coming in from the IC?
Yes.
Try to lose it till next week.
Try to what?
You see that report coming from the IC? Try to lose it till next week.
Exactly.
Not saying it's happening, but these little things tickle my mind.
It is now a minute to 9 o'clock. We're gonna have Mr. Finzi give his final take. Hold on for me, Finzi. I wanted to look on something here that our good friend Warmy said that they mustn't give the church no money, I want to get the video here that you can listen to it. Warmy said that the church mustn't get the 1 red cent.
Would you prefer it go to the lodge?
Father God help us, Lord. Sir Smith, Jamaica Every day there's a different saga in this country. Jamaica no stop keep. As a friend of mine saying to me that every day there is something in Jamaica.
It's more entertaining than Netflix, and you don't have to change the channel.
Exactly. Exactly. Don't have to change the channel one bit. Because
all I'm wondering for now is if this latest saga, this weekend saga, what was it meant to distract from?
You know, that's a very good question.
I wait with bated breath to see what comes up that falls under the shadow of it.
That's a very good question. Is it that they're trying to hide something from us and then they end up bring up this quick?
Possible. You know, when somebody says, look down the road while I'm trying to pick your pocket.
You know, I get to understand that a certain individual from up north came to Jamaica privately in the hours of the night, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't call no name. I want you to listen to this video here with Sir Warmington. Listen to this.
75 million can't build back churches. There are a lot of churches damaged, and my view is I discussed with a pastor. It doesn't make sense for the church to go back to rebuild all of these structures. Okay? What the churches need to do, those who have denomination of churches close together, combine these membership into one building. Because most of these churches, anyone on Sunday, don't have anybody in them. Very few people are in these churches. So the best they can do is to combine the membership at one location and having all these structures all over the place. And my concern, I'm speaking as a member of Parliament for Southwest St. Catherine. I'm speaking that capacity, whereby close to 11,000 people elected me. So I'm speaking on their behalf. Because they have concern also, and people ask me and I can't give an answer as to why the government is providing this money for institution. And even the church has to be rebuilt. It's not the duty of government to rebuild the churches. There's a separation of church and state. So I don't see why the government will be stepping up to rebuilding these churches. It's not our duty. I'm not against the church. I'm a part of the church. But funds should not be going to, taxpayers' funds should not be going to religious institutions, organizations in this fashion. Should not. There are many persons in this country who are atheists or what have you, who are not a part of the church. Some might be atheists, some don't believe in church, some don't go to church, some not a part of the church. And they're part of the tax base in this country. So when those in the church might not have any objection against the church receiving this, what about those persons who are not members of the churches, who are part of the tax base, and you take their money and give it to religious institution? How can you explain that to the people of Southwest St. Catherine and to me as representative?
You're taking that, Smith.
Here's a couple of points.
Yes, he does.
I don't curse the message because of the messenger. I know some people will say, if it was your temple, you wouldn't say so. But on a practical note, we have used schools and churches as shelters in emergencies. I doubt we're going to use churches ever again. Because where I was for the last month or more, show me that I look into that church down there that don't get licked. All of them get licked. Which says something about
But Smith, Smith, as what somebody from the Cayman Islands, Shirley Ebanks, is saying, what happened to the church offering? A lot of people vex when I talk sometimes, you know. Some of these pastors, not all of them, you know, don't get me wrong, not all of them. Some of them get these money, you know. They go in a gambling house at night time with the money, you know. I go back to church to behave yourself.
They know hear about church building fund.
Father help us. And some of them driving all Prado. One of them, you know, when he was around, you know, God take him home now. Not speaking ill of the dead, Lord, forgive me if I am. When he was around, he said, give your all to the altar of sorrow, down to the very penny. Shake out your bag and give to the altar.
He was right. Altar of sorrow. Have I ever told you about the three denominations that were discussing how them share collection?
No.
And I will call it denomination because I don't want the body. But one denomination, you can guess is who. So, well, when I get the thing in the and then bring up the plate to the altar, I take the stuff out of the plate and I throw it up. What lands in the plate belong to the Lord. What land outside, I take. The other one said that is disproportionate, man. I throw it up same way, and what land inside is for me. What land outside is for the Lord, because it's logically more way drop outside. And the one you can guess is who. So both of you are joking. I throw up everything. What the Lord wants and keep. What come back down is mine.
Listen to me. So Smith, you know, I have a friend of mine who, even my wife said to me that I must stop talking about the church, how I talk about the church and whatever. I grew up in church. I'm an Anglican. I grew up in the Anglican church.
I see that.
You see? And I go to every church I can go to. I'm neither Anglican, Presbyterian, Methodist, or nothing. I go to any church I can go to.
I've even been to mosques.
There you go. What I will not be a part of, though, I will not be a part of any mother bad pan. And they jump up and down, but then they have table. Someone is, a hell with they go, a hell with they go, a hell with they go. And so then the back, hey, listen to me. That's why I say, you know, if the Minister of Tourism want to bring in dark tourism, I told my good friend Luke George Cook that we can wrap up our head with some turban, have a 27 pencil, and get one old enamel basin, and get some Lotios and Jays and Dettol, and put it in there.
But like, you know the ingredients, man, I'm afraid I don't know.
Because anything that comes to Jamaica, they take it.
Oh, boy.
That's a bit. We gotta run because I can wrap up signal from Cayman. Give us your final word before you go.
I would like to finish where I started.
Yes.
The other people who can't run 9.58 but now can't get their prescriptions or keep their house because they cannot finish the mortgage payments are the true victims here. Yes. Spare a thought for them. And whatever the punitive things may turn out to be, I hope that the judgment rules a lot in their favor.
I want to say thanks to Major Robert Princess Smith, for coming onto the Make We Talk program as we simulcast this evening on Cayman Mall Road TV over there in the Cayman Islands, north side to Georgetown, West Bay. Good night to you. So Smith, thank you all for coming on.
Yes, you're most welcome. And to the people in Cayman, I hope to come by again. I've been here a number of times. I hope to come by there again sometime soon, God willing, and the creek don't rise. You have the prettiest water this side of heaven.
They do. They do. And I was talking to a dear friend of mine today from the Cayman Islands. I won't call her name. Very dear friend of mine. We go way back. And I said to her, I miss Cayman. As I often said to Dr. Ebanks and Dr. Tomlinson that Cayman is my second home. And you know, I'm planning to come home pretty soon. Because I miss my country. I miss my other home, Cayman. I miss the turtle meat and the Cayman pot roast beef. You know? I miss it. To be honest, I miss the ambience of Cayman. Really
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
Really do. So Smith, thanks for coming on.
Also, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Until you hear my voice again on next Monday, when we simulcast again on Cayman Mount Road, we will be on tomorrow evening for the next episode of the Make It Talk program. Until then, if you don't hear from me, then I wish you all a very happy new year when it comes. And the Make Me Talk program will be here come 2026. To my people in Western Jamaica, my heart goes out to you. And I want to say, we're praying for you. I will do everything on our best to assist you. And I pray and hope that God in His mercy will speak to the heart of someone who has the finances to really donate to a worthy cause, not to a government, but to someone who you know can assist the people, to a charity foundation like the Jamaica, the Salvation Army, even the Make We Talk program, that we can go down there and build 3-bedroom houses or 2-bedroom houses, concrete houses for our people. I know what it's like not to have a home. I've been through it. And it is not nice for you to look up in the elements of the night, mosquito biting you, you have nowhere to sleep, you have no food to eat. And so tonight, as we close the program on the Make We Talk show, I want to say to people, both in the Jamaican diaspora, to my friends and family in the Cayman Islands, you have helped a lot. The Cayman Islands has given to Jamaica a lot because Cayman remember the help that Jamaica may have loaned them and helped them out with. And many Caymanians have some birth or something to do with Jamaica, St. Elizabeth, and so forth. And on behalf of the Jamaican people, I want to say thanks to the government and people of the Cayman Islands who have assisted the Jamaican people. I want to say good night to opposition leader Sir Joe Hugh. Sir Hugh, you have done a great lot for our country, Jamaica. I want to say thanks to you and the Hughes family. As we go off air, as I said before, we must do something to leave a lasting legacy behind for children. To my fellow Jamaicans in Jamaica, the time has come for us not to think about a political party, but to think about us as a people, to think about a country that we so dearly love. And the time has come for all of us to rally around a single cause and a single purpose, and to assist our brothers and sisters in Western Jamaica. May God in His mercy help us through. But when we go over, if God spare our life to see 2026, that we may go over into 2026 with a hope and a determination that we as a people must survive. That we as a people must demand of our governments, both in Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. That we in Jamaica must demand of this Prime Minister accountability. That we in Jamaica must demand that we must not stand by and allow the nepotism and the cronyism and the level of corruption that continue in this country. That we as a people can leave behind a country that we must fight for, a country in which our children can live and call home. So as we go off air from Cayman Mall Road and from the Make We Talk program, I want to say thank you all very much for coming on. May God bless the people of the Cayman Islands. And may God bless the people of Jamaica, my country home. As we pledge our heart to this nation, Jamaica, let us stand up for what we believe in. Let us stand for this nation because this nation is bleeding from within. And let us demand of our government accountability from Negril Point to Moran Point. Ask not what your country can give to you, but what you can give to your country. May God bless you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk program. May God bless you. And may God bless Jamaica land we love. Good night, everyone.
Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no fumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength, make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no fumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no fumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.